Mone. Okay, thank you so much for having us. I'm Sebas. I'm the country lead for Base in Argentina. Like Gabi was saying, we're doing a lot of stuff with Base. One of our main priorities is our creators, the creator economy. You will be seeing a lot of new things around the creator economy in the next couple of months. So please pay attention because we will have a couple of like really interesting things. We have a few really interesting things coming. But today, yeah, I have here like two great, members of our ecosystem that have been building a lot for a long time. So we're gonna have a relaxed conversation around the creator economy with a different perspective. So I have Mr. Limone here. Limone is the founder of Builder's Garden. It's a mini app studio, one of the most famous in the world, I would say. He's he has like. He's an expert in how to drive virality for mini apps, and I'm happy to have him here. He's from Italia, así que bienvenido, Limone. We also have Juan Hernandez. He's the DevRel, head of DevRel Talent Protocol. Probably you all know Talent Protocol. They do a lot of stuff, including a creator score, which is like used by Base and by many others. So really happy to have you guys here. Thank you. I want to start by a very direct question. So when we speak about creators, different people think about different things. So we can think of creators as artists, we can think of creators as content creators, and many other things. So like, Limone, what is a creator?
I think you mentioned artists, content creators, everybody that creates on this, let's say, in this world. Especially now we are talking about the digital, probably content that everybody is creating on a daily basis. As a builder, I'd like to say that also I think builders are becoming more and more creators with AI. Thanks to AI, like anybody can build like new, even simple applications, and we're seeing like this transition to software becoming like a new type of content. And so I think we can consider builders like creators as well, or at least like they will become more and more like that, because like it's a new type of content that allows anybody to interact more with the actual creator, with their creation, with whatever like interaction they create in these like small mini apps. We are talking about Base, but also like in other ecosystem there's all this new medium of content, and we've seen it like being disrupted by, I don't know, TikTok with short videos. I think mini apps and these like mini experience are the new things for creators as well.
So do you think that software is a content, or it's a new kind of format for new different kinds of content? What do you think?
Software as a content, yes. Of course, I'm not talking about like fully fledged, like very complex, I don't know, piece of software that solves a specific problem. But there's been a lot of new mobile applications coming out that allow anybody to create a simple app, simple game that doesn't solve anything in particular, but it's just fun to play with friends, or it's just fun to use it and share it with your colleagues and team members, maybe. And that is the content itself.
Juanpi, you're also like head of DevRel, but you create a lot of content yourself. So like, what is a creator in your opinion? And what do you think about this software as a content like thesis that Limone is talking about?
So I completely agree with what Limone said. I mean, I consider myself a builder, but I'm an extrovert builder. And that also makes me a creator because I create a lot of content on Twitter, like technical guides. I'm always trying to help people with documentation, with tutorials, with videos, taking pictures, and that's the type of content. I actually monetize that content because of all the platforms that are on chain. We'll probably talk about that later on. But I actually think that everyone is a creator, builder, artist, musician, whatever. Literally everyone can be a creator. And a good example, and this is kind of crazy, I don't know if you're like on Twitter right now, but you know this Theory, this guy that is DevRel on Metis, he's from India. He posted a picture on Twitter about coming to Argentina, coming to DevConnect. He was not posting on Twitter before. He started, there was a lot of controversy, but the point is that he got like 15 million views, and now he monetized on Twitter. And now he's starting to post every time on Twitter. He's creating content. He's taking pictures with people, and he was a builder, like a dev. He never created content. Now he's doing a lot and he's monetizing. So yeah, everyone can be a creator at the end of the day.
So like, are we entering like the creator phase of humanity or something like that? What do you think?
Creator phase of.
Or is that too much?
I mean, I mean, it's a weird question. I think that social media are the most powerful tools we have, apart from tokens, and that opens the door for everyone to actually be a creator and can start monetizing and doing whatever they want. It's the most powerful tool we have for reach, and reach is the most important thing because with reach comes attention, and attention is one of the most valuable assets that we have. So yeah, we kind of say that we are entering the creator era.
I think the creator era started when the first social networks came out. What we're entering now, hopefully, is a more fair era for creators, where they can really monetize like all the attention that they generate. Like, because so far, we all know that creators haven't been able to really capture all the value that they bring to these huge platforms, Meta, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. And I hope like we are entering in an era where they can really capture like this value, this incredible value that they create.
So entering the era in which like, instead of creating value for massive social media platforms that take on that value and then they can like just take down your account, you can lose your content, you can lose your followers, a new era in which like the creator is at the center and can actually like keep that value for themselves, right? So like, what is the role of like, you know, the base app, Zora, and we are talking a lot about like that we can now like monetize content, right? We can monetize our digital identities, the attention that we bring to ourselves and to our content. So like, what are some thoughts around like, you know, the differences that now we have with like both base app, Zora, and other apps that I might don't know, and then we'll go into mini apps for a bit.
So I think it's a big question because they actually open a door to a lot of different things. We can talk about that for hours. I would say that we had like cycles on crypto and on every market. In creators space, we also had cycles where at the beginning there was like Lens and Forecaster, and maybe the narrative was like, hey, own your own content because your Instagram account can get shut down, but on chain it can't. I mean, yeah, that's super cool. But I think that right now we are in a circle where the main attractive thing is, as we mentioned a lot, attention. Like we can actually transform attention into money, and that is thanks to tokens. We don't need a huge follow base. We just need a good catch-up phrase or picture or a go viral moment, I call them, where we can just post something on base, post something on Sora, a picture, a video, a selfie, whatever, and it can go viral, it can monetize, it could be a trending market. And the cool thing is that you can also access all that information because, hey, it's on-chain, and on-chain is permissionless, so we can know who our top holders are, top supporters are, and I don't know, reward them, invite them to a dinner, whatever you want.
So you just made a tweet, I think today, that got like 1 million views, right? Your first 1 million views.
My first million. I'm
First
super
million.
proud
Congrats.
about that.
Congrats.
Congrats on the first million. so like, what would have? I mean, you did that on Twitter, right? So you didn't capture any of that value. Like, what would have happened if you did it on the base app, for example, or like Farcaster or Zora?
I need to congrats you because that was a huge intro to the topic.
Congrats.
Yeah, that was a huge intro to the topic. That is that I got like 1.2 million views on Twitter. That's a lot of views, literally a lot. But Twitter only pays you if you got like 5 million views on the last 3 months. And I couldn't monetize my go viral moment. I mean, I'm trying to. Now I have a lot of active followers because the algorithm is like putting them my tweets on my feed. So I'm trying to reach those 5 million views. But the point is that I got like 1.2. That's a lot of views, and I couldn't make any back about that. If I posted that picture on Base, on Forecaster, and got that amount of views or amount of reach, we could say, I would be earning quite a lot. I mean, I got like normal average views on Forecaster and Base and making some buckets every week. So imagine if I posted that on Base, for sure.
Yeah. So Limona, you're like a master of like driving virality for mini apps in the base ecosystem. So you have a like really good eye, a lot of experience in building like consumer apps, right? So like, what do you think is like the connection in between like consumer apps, creators, and how can like consumer apps help like creators go viral? How can help like create and also like how can they help creators who are not developers? And how do you like think about like no? Let's go with the first question first. Sorry, I got mixed. So how can mini apps or consumer apps help creators go viral?
I think like this new wave of apps that are being built on the blockchain and on all these platforms that you mentioned and that you also mentioned, like on Zora, on Base, on Farcaster, they are really powerful because they are not constrained within a single silo. So it's not that we are blocked inside Twitter and you cannot really escape the bubble out of Twitter, but if something goes viral on Base, it can go viral on Farcaster and on Zora, and you can capitalize attention on all these platforms at the same time, even if you are posting just from your favorite app, whatever.
So network effects, basically.
Network effects amplified, of course. We are not yet there in terms of like usage and volumes, nothing like Twitter, as you were mentioning, but still, since all of these apps are built on the blockchain, on Ethereum, capitalizing on this attention is much easier. There's a lot of applications that are helping creators monetize their engagement. So it's very easy, for example, to set you up on this app. Let's say you have a huge following on Base and Farcaster. You can set up on this mini app called AMPS. And you can sell your engagement and your like all your following, in the sense that anybody can post something and go on the mini app and give you, I don't know, $10, $20. You decide the price, and you are automatically recasting, reposting, and or interacting with the content without you even knowing it. So you can easily like do like these small experiments that can monetize all these composable data and composable attention.
And what do we think about creator coins, Juanpi? Since like because we're talking about like monetizing content, mini apps that help you go viral, but we also have this element of creator coins, which are live on Zora, are starting to become live on the Base app as well. We are rolling them out. So like, what do you think of them? Like, what do you think?
So for those that don't know, creator coins basically are coins that you can launch for yourself. That coins represent your career, your history, whatever. They could be on different platforms, but the main ones right now are on Zora. They have like a good economic model where your posts are coins, but your posts are also attached to your creator coin. So your creator coin is kind of like an index of your post, and at the same time, all creators' coins are attached to the Zora coin. That is like an index of all the creator-owned chain ecosystem. What I think about that, I mean, I think it's amazing, to be honest. I mentioned earlier that tokens are the most powerful tool humanity have right now. Could be kind of weird for me. I mean, it's my opinion, but if you think it, I mean, launching a token lets you capitalize a market, like make money from all your supporters, start a cult, whatever. It's kind of crazy.
Start a cult?
I mean, you can. My creator coin is kind of a cult. If you buy my coin, you're part of my cult, man. I'm going to support you.
Reverend Juanpi.
Yeah, buy Juanpi. No, it's not financial advice. Please don't buy it. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool. And the cool thing about creator coins is that because they are on chain, they are interoperable. So you can leverage that liquidity, that coins into your app, and I don't know, start building not from the scratch, but from already a good amount of blocks.
Tell us a little bit more, Limone, about like Juanpi mentioned like the interoperability of creator coins, and you were mentioning like network effects across apps. So like, what are your thoughts around like creator coins within that context?
Yeah, I mean, again, by being built on the blockchain is like another Lego block that anybody can plugs into. And I think in particular, like tying a value to each creator and each content is a very powerful primitive. Because so far on traditional social media networks, it's always been the company, the entity defining the value for your following, for your content, meaning that they are setting the price for how much does it cost to put an advertisement on the algo feed, right? And so they were always, deciding behind the scenes in a black box how much is valued your content and your engagement, right? While with these coins, whether they are for a creator or for a content, is the market deciding the value. And so it's probably like the most like fair way in which we can attribute value to an information on the internet. And again, since it's all built on this open and permission layer that is the blockchain, the velocity at which like this content and this coin can flow around is much faster, because it's not stuck again in one single platform, but it's distributed in many. And so of course it's all very experimental. There's a lot like to improve in all the flywheels, all the models, but it's interesting to see like these experiments coming to life and different takes on them. I don't think it's the final stage, but it's I think it's powerful because, again, today all the feeds that we see, all the content is indexed by, I don't know, somebody that decides, okay, you should see this because we think you like this or like that, or maybe it's in our interest to get you to read this content. While if everything is a market, it's much easier to index data, and it's decided by the community, basically, how much value that content has.
Cool. So we have like 4 minutes left. So I'll switch to something else, which is like so we are we sum it up. We've been talking about like different types of creators. We've been talking about like creator coins, virality. We've been talking about like interoperability, network effects, and all these things that are starting to happen. Maybe I was saying could be the creator era. You were saying it started before, but we are during a new phase now, where you can own your content, own your value, monetize it. But are we building all this in an echo chamber? Are we just building for ourselves? What do we think?
I mean, if I say yes, the market will probably go down and everyone will leave the room. So I need to say no. No, but jokes aside.
Feel free to say whatever you
Nah,
think.
jokes aside. I think what we are building is pretty interesting. I think we are building the tools for everyone to actually skyrocket their career, monetize on chain, whatever. But I truly think that at least the marketing or the approach that all these products are being built, it's still for a niche. Like the only people that are using creator coins are us, Farcaster, Base, all those brands also try to onboard people that were out from the bubble into their ecosystem. I remember they onboarded the Spotify CEO into Farcaster. That was kind of crazy. I don't think he opened the app never again. So yeah. But yeah, I think the tools are there. Just the go-to-market is not the best one so far. But if I have to shout out to a brand that I think is doing really great on trying to onboard people, apart from Base, of course, it's Sora. Sora, they have like a kind of like, I mean, they use Instagram. That's already a huge unlock because all the other brands use Twitter, and on Instagram we have like a lot of cool creators that you can approach. But they have a branding that is more friendly for the public.
Yeah, you mentioned it, like Zora and Base, I think, are the ones like pushing more to break these echo chambers. Zora has been working on helping creators for years now. Like content coins and creator coins are just the last iteration. They started with NFTs, different type of NFTs, like to help creators monetize their work, and this is just the last iteration. And I'm so happy that also like Base is embracing like their approach, their protocol, like integrating it within the new app, because it's very powerful, and I feel like Base is in a great position to bring this to mass adoption, hopefully, with all that, Coinbase institutional trust, let's say, that everybody knows in the world, and all the work on the ground that you guys are doing.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to add something about Base, which is like with the Base app, which is still in beta, but we're gonna like launch pretty soon to the public. We're gonna do a very, very powerful push to drive crypto mainstream. It's like one of our main goals to actually, get out of that echo chamber and like reach the wider audiences to like transform the world, hopefully, right? By reaching 1 billion people and having social media platforms that actually like empower people. So the last question, we only have 20 seconds, but it's a funny one. You, Juanpi, suggested this one, and it is on chain.
I don't know what I suggest.
is on-chain cringe?
Yes, yes, it's definitely cringe. I think the world on chain, like still they want, like Jesse Pollack. I love Jesse Pollack. He's the founder of Ace, but probably one of the most cringe accounts on Twitter. Yeah. No,
I'm
but
messaging Jesse.
that's a great thing. That's a great thing because he's fun. It's fun. I mean, but still they want on chain. It's kind of cringe right now. Like, hey, monetize your content, creator coins. I think it's kind of cringe. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe sometimes it's too much, but maybe when we were all offline and somebody started pushing online, it was kind of the same feeling. That's also like what I hope, because it means that we're really like building a new internet era. And so in one way it's cringe, but maybe we're onto something.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I want to say that I think cringe is great, and I consider myself cringe, and I think we need to embrace cringiness, if that word
Yeah,
exists.
I'm not saying cringe is bad. I mean, I also give a bit of cringe on social media.
Cool. So, like, any other thing you would like to add?
Not really, yeah. Not for my part. Nothing on my end. From
Free
my
money?
MacBook Pro 16 inches.
Questions, yeah?
Any questions?
Están diciendo muchas cosas buenas de Zora y sus cambios y que están iterando. En inglés,
Yeah. So, yeah, in case someone doesn't
you guys
speak
are saying a
Spanish.
lot of good things about Zora and about the changes. I've been hanging out a lot at the On-Chain Art Hub, and it feels like a lot of artists from Argentina or from Latin America have felt left out of the EVM ecosystem as a result of the changes, especially artists. I know the conversation here is focused on creators, and so maybe it's not the right place to say it. The question that artists have posed to me is, where is my place in the EVM ecosystem now? A lot of Argentinian artists deploy on Tezos because Zora was their place where they felt like they could be artistic, and now they don't feel like they have that place to be artistic. So what would you recommend for artists that feel like they lost their home when Zora pivoted to creator coins? Is it just you guys got to get with the curve and do coins? Or is there a different place? Is that a vacuum? Is that a place for a builder to build? Where do you think artists, how should we be responding to that question of what is an artist's place in the EVM ecosystem?
Can I think they do not definitely like don't have to choose like single place. It can be like on all the different like EVM chains that you mentioned. It's more around maybe like the brand and the community that they feel more aligned with. Talking about Zora, for example, there's another which is going into creator coins and content coins a lot, which of course is one direction. There's another hub that I love that is in an opposite direction, and it's called Rodeo, and it's more like still around NFTs and one-on-ones, giving more like value and scarcity to one single piece. And I recommend like you all to check it out, because the experience of the app is very good. It's an interesting model where you create something, video, digital art of any kind, and it goes live for sale for 24 hours. So like your true fans can join, collect, support you, and start building this relationship. I feel like I found like so many like cool artists and interesting content there as well. So that's a good alternative. And I don't care if it's on Base, on Arbitrum or whatever. I care that I'm not an artist. I'm not maybe like the creator model, let's say, but as long as I can get value out of it, as long as I can build a community on this app, I shouldn't care about the infrastructure on where it's built.
Yeah, just to add to that, I think it's a great question, Switz. Thanks for asking that. Base, we always say like base is for everyone. We really think that. I really think that, like personally, and like one of the missions that we are starting to work on is like making a new home for artists on Base. So, for example, like we're starting to today, for example, we're throwing our Base meetup, which is basically the first Base meetup ever that is centered around artists in the world. And we did all the curation in collaboration. Actually, Seeker Magazine and Kismet Casa, they were here right before. They did the curation, so we're gonna host like 18 artists from across Latin America. We are also hosting 4 musicians that we curated in collaboration with Musica W3. And this, again, even though it's in Argentina, it's a global event by Base that if it goes well, and it will go well, we will start replicating worldwide. So I'm confident that Base will be a new home for artists.
Hi guys, I come from a crowdfunding platform in Brazil, and we are here exploring ideas on how to bridge our platform user base and creators that use our platform to a more Web3 world. Like, what I want to know from you is, what's your advice, like how to bring these peoples to Web3 in light of like barriers and obstacles like the regulations that are beginning to catch, like the blockchain world. For example, in Brazil recently, the government issued a crypto regulation that attaches crypto to digital assets to like exchange laws and brings complexities. So I would like to know, how do you imagine this world? You're talking about echo chambers, and we are here just to try to explore these kind of ideas, how to bring our user base to a more Web3 world, to distribute more these creator audiences and reach.
Do you want to answer?
So how to build bridges between like the Web 2 users and the Web 3 users? I think we need to run a lot of experiments. We don't have the answer, right? So I think one way is by showing the value that Web 3 brings to users in terms of like ownership, in terms of like owning the value, in terms of like owning your algorithm, owning your digital identity, and that it's a lot of work that we have to do. And by running experiments, we will eventually nail one that becomes like viral, and that we know it's the experiment that we need to scale on. So I don't know if advice is a word. I'm like, we are building all of this together. So I think the best way is to like run different experiments, see which one works, and then scale the one that works. Listo.
Finish.
Muchas gracias, grazie mille.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Thanks.